Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true.
What up? It's your boy T-Ray on the reaction. So I'm in today because I'm not sure. I ain't want to wait till Friday to do this though. So watch Miss Mojo, the sister channel of Watch Mojo, put together a top 20 morning for the late great queen Betty White, who we sadly lost on New Year's Eve, 2 weeks shy of her 100th birthday. So this is Miss Mojo top 20 Betty White moments. From Betty White been in showbiz for a long time, including her early Betty White show to being on the Mary Tyler Moore show. What I know is that a lot of cast members of the Mary Tyler Moore, including Betty, passed away this past 2021, and the infamous hit series The Golden Girls, and she's the final member, the final member of the main four to have passed away. And as well as being in a lot of other shows and movies, including her second running TV show was Hot in Cleveland. So anyway, without further ado, let's check out Miss Mojo top 20 Betty White moments. Let's R.I.P. Betty White. Let's get it.
You just never know when your whole past is going to be brought out around here.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 Betty White moments.
I would like to sing. Let's get it on.
Oh, on the voice.
Sugar, let's get it on. I'm not doing it for myself, you understand, but for those ladies out there who need me.
For this list, we're looking at this Golden Girl's best moments throughout her long and incredible career across television, movies, and popular culture. What's your favorite Betty White moment? Share it with us.
And they really showed it on SNL. That was a good episode.
Number 20, her Deadpool review.
Ooh.
You might recall the hilarious Funny or Die sketch that exposed the supposed feud between Betty White and Ryan Reynolds.
Betty, I play an assistant in the movie, and I'm an actor in real life. And you should know
When
that.
Betty White says she wants a cup of coffee, you get her a cup of coffee.
Well, it seems that they must have buried the hatchet afterwards, as White took to social media to share her thoughts on his movie Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds looks so f***ing handsome in his red leather suit. I give it 4 Golden Girls.
She gives a rather colorful critique of the movie filled with expletives.
Once in a generation, a movie comes along that your whole family will love. If your family is a f***ed up group of kissing inbreds.
If you're still not sure if she really enjoyed it, the 4 Golden Girls she awards should help you figure it out. Not to mention her Deadpool throne. Number 19, her breakout role, Life with Elizabeth.
Oh, okay.
Life with Elizabeth was a breakout sketch from Hollywood on television, and White's breakthrough in the sitcom world.
He hounds me. I'm beginning to feel like a Baskerville.
That's funny.
Really?
Hounds of the Baskerville.
She's beautiful anyway, but look how she's really beautiful back
Short
then.
skits focused on
She's
newlyweds
beautiful now, but
maneuvering
still.
within married life.
Why, you
Elizabeth, honey,
come back here.
you're causing a scene here.
I cancel. Even if it's free, I cancel.
The pair would often find themselves at odds, resulting in Alvin walking off in frustration. Each episode was broken up into 3 incidents and usually ended with a voiceover asking Elizabeth if she's ashamed of upsetting her husband.
Elizabeth, wouldn't it have been easier to just ask him if you could go? Stubborn as a mule, huh?
She would sheepishly nod before cheekily
Head of her time.
It was popular with audiences, but still ended up getting canceled after 65 episodes. Still, this was the role that got White her first ever Emmy win.
Ooh.
Number 18, I'm Still Hot, the Lifeline program. This commercial for a life insurance company masqueraded as a music video starring British rap artist Luciana and Betty White.
He's smoking hot. You think you're so hot.
The duo revamped Luciana's song I'm Still Hot.
Wow.
And of course, White steals the show with her killer dance moves and Golden Girls throwbacks.
I'm Betty from the block. I lock my Emmys in my beatbox.
Oh.
The video even won awards for Best Branding Social Media Video and Best Viral Video Campaign.
Wow.
It also peaked at number 1 on the Billboard Dance Club Songs chart in 2000.
Wow. Hey, Betty.
battle can only have one winner, when you're sitting in the back of a limo eating cheesecake with Betty White,
Cheesecake.
you pretty much won as well. Number
Larry
17,
King.
being an ally. Larry King Now. The Golden Girls was often celebrated for its relatively progressive support of the LGBTQ plus community.
The gay bars would stop the music.
Yes,
and
it's,
at 9
I forgot
o'clock,
who was
the
it.
show would come on,
Blanche's brother was gay.
We'd
Yeah.
all watch the show, and then
Whoa.
9:30 they'd turn it off and then start the dancing again.
And the actresses who starred in it proved that they were allies behind the scenes too. On one such occasion in 2014, while appearing on Larry King Now, Betty White was presented with a fan question about a relationship with the queer community and what she would say to its haters.
And what do you have to say to those against gay advances like gay marriage and the like?
She responded that she can't understand why people get so caught up in details about someone else's private life, and that all that matters is what kind of person someone is.
I don't understand. It's such a personal, private business, and none of mine.
Hey, Betty.
You're so right.
Number 16.
The Betty
all
White
three
Show.
Betty White shows. The Betty White Show. Imagine being so.
Oh, she had
iconic you
another
get
one. She did another one in the
7
70s.
shows all with your name.
Oh
in the
wow.
title.
You just never know when your whole past is going to be brought out around here.
In 1954, The Betty White Show was a variety talk show where she would speak to guests, answer fan mail, and sing with the orchestra.
It's a good day for singing a song.
She got a nice voice. Hey.
We're moving along. It's a good day. How can anything go wrong? 'Cause it's a good day from morning till night.
In its next life, it was a comedy variety show that lasted just 14 episodes. Finally, in 1977, it became a sitcom about an actress in a fictional cop show that's being directed by her ex-husband. Needless to say, neither is particularly happy about having the other back in their life. And boy, do they make sure they know it.
Oh, will we see you at the wedding?
You bet. I'll be the one with bells on.
Good. I'll just tell everybody to look for the ding-a-ling.
Number 15, Live With It, The Betty White Show. Speaking of The Betty White Show, there's a reason its first iteration was so short-lived.
Oh
One of the show's
yeah.
recurring guests was black singer and tap dancer Arthur Duncan.
Yep. Shout out to Betty for that one. Yes, I heard about this story.
In his early 20s at the time, he was experiencing his big career breakthrough.
The first TV show I'd ever been on. And I credit Betty White for really getting me started in show business, in television.
However, in response to his appearances, stations in southern states angrily threatened to boycott the show. Betty White's response was simple.
So I said, I'm sorry, but, he stays or live with it.
Instead of getting rid of Duncan, she actually gave him more time on the show. Amid the backlash, the show was soon canceled. But, as we know, it was far from the final word.
Honestly,
It was not. Because she became. We already know who she is. I'm just checking to see if he's still alive. And he is. Wow.
Teen, becoming an author. Somehow, between all her appearances on screen, White also managed to become an accomplished author.
She has been an animal advocate all her life and just released a new book called Betty and Friends, Her Love for the Zoo.
Throughout her thriving career, she wrote multiple memoirs, fiction for adults and kids, and books advocating for animal welfare, a cause close to her heart.
I've been a zoo lover, and animals of all kinds have always fascinated me.
She actually won a Grammy for the audiobook of her memoir, If You Ask
Oh,
Me.
yeah, I heard
Of Course
about.
You Won't, in
I can't remember it. I remember
Betty's
seeing that. I
lengthy,
didn't.
long and varied
I
career
didn't.
certainly
I'm not a big book person, but I remember hearing about that book as well.
make for fascinating
Right.
reads. With so many accomplishments, her attitude towards sleep is not surprising.
America's Golden
Sleeping
Girl.
is sort of dull. A lot of other good stuff that you can do without just lying down and closing your eyes.
Number 13.
Hot in
playing
Cleveland.
Elka Ostrovsky, Hot in Cleveland. After their plane is forced to make an emergency landing in Cleveland, 3 ladies on board decide they might just stick around. They rent a home from a sassy caretaker named Elka, played by White.
Does anyone else smell pot?
What are you, a cop?
No.
Then what's it to you?
Elka is hilariously direct and opinionated, always ready with a biting remark, especially when it comes to joy.
I get to stay in America.
That's another reason to go to Canada.
Oh shit.
She's certainly a colorful character with a fascinating life and more dating game than all the other ladies put together.
Oh, no worries. If you can escape from the Nazis, you can handle anything.
You escaped from the Nazis?
Escaping from the Nazis was the least of my worries.
Elka was only supposed to appear in the pilot episode, but after rave reviews, the producers just knew they had to make her a regular.
Nice.
Number 12, the first lady of
Game
game
shows.
White made frequent appearances in the game show circuit.
Wow.
You heard the title? First Lady of Game Shows. She could often be seen alongside other Hollywood legends in the game.
Let's
The
tell.
show was hosted by Alan Ludden, who White would later go on to marry. She was also a regular panelist on Match Game.
Oh, you made a propeller? Did it work?
Yes, it worked. That's how Leonardo da Vinci started.
That's right.
Then in 1983, she made history as the first woman to win a Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Game Show Host.
Wow.
Ironically, she won this award for hosting a game show called Just Men.
Answers on the subject of handyman. Somebody threw a wrench in the works.
Number 11,
The
Grandma
Proposal.
Annie, The Proposal. After turning 86, White showed no signs of slowing down as she signed on to
did
play
not.
the lovable Grandma Annie
She did
in the
not slow
2009
down at
rom-com,
all.
The Proposal.
Mom, what are you faking a heart attack, right?
Come on, come on.
Well, it was the only way I could get you two to shut up and get us to the airport.
That's where that gift came from with Ryan Reynolds.
Grammy is sweet
Okay.
and sassy, but at heart,
The one
all she
you
wants
like.
is to see her family happy,
That one.
even if that means swallowing her feelings about her grandson's new fiance.
Now, do you prefer being called Margaret or Satan's mistress?
Lord.
Both ways.
Wow.
White said she was drawn to the script as it's very rare to find great roles for people her age. She also said that once she learned she'd be working alongside Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock, there was simply no way she was going to pass it up.
Let's see if we can find your boobs. They're in there somewhere.
She a mess.
It's like an Easter egg.
Damn.
Number 10, a celebration for
Lily
Betty
White.
White, the 70th Primetime Emmy Awards. After her introduction
Gave her
as the
flowers while she was still alive.
greatest of all time at the 70th Primetime Emmy Awards, White was met with a long and well-deserved standing ovation from the
Yes.
audience.
Thank you. I'm just going to quit while I'm ahead.
Yeah.
Her speech was the perfect blend of funny and sentimental as she reflected on her title as the First Lady of
Glad she
Television.
got her flowers.
I took it as a big compliment. And then I heard her talking to her daughter a little later, and she said, "Oh, I know, First Lady, yeah, she's that old. She was the first one way back."
It blows our mind how after so many years in the industry and countless accolades, she was able to remain so humble. Everyone might have been there to honor her sensational career, but she made us all somehow feel like she was the one honoring us.
It's incredible that I'm still in this business, that I'm still, and you are still putting up with me. No, believe me. No, I'm thanking you.
And that only makes us love her more. Number 9, Drinking with Letterman.
Oh, wow.
Late Show with David Letterman. Betty White has been a great source of entertainment, whether she's playing a character or just being herself.
And will you be doing Saturday Night Live again?
Not that I know of. No.
Now, do you have representation?
No. Do you have any ideas? No, I think you do a thing once and then you run like a thief.
I think you're...
While celebrating her 89th birthday, she stopped by Late Show to talk about her life and career with David Letterman. When he asks her about her favorite pastimes, her response had the audience cracking up with laughter.
Oh, I like to do most anything, play with animals mostly, and vodka's kind of a hobby.
But clearly the host came prepared.
Oh,
pulling out a bottle
wow.
and 2 glasses and pouring her a very generous sized drink.
Grey Goose.
Of course, once the booze starts flowing, things get even
Oh,
funnier.
my man was
but
taking.
nothing
Letterman was
is
taking to the
normal.
head. Oh shit.
Number 8,
There it-
The Family, the Carol.
Oh, she was.
Burnett
I forgot she was on. I forgot she was on this. My mom loved this show. I forgot she was on this.
This sketch began its life on the Carol Burnett Show. It follows a mother and daughter who constantly butt heads.
Oh, yeah.
Guest appearances as Ellen, Eunice's older
Oh yeah, she
sister,
had a guest person, and this is Mama's family came from this show. Came from the Carol Burnett show. That's the
elitist who
lady that
wants
played
nothing
Mama's.
to do with the family
the Mama
unless
family.
it benefits her in some way.
None for me, Mom.
All that refined sugar, that just takes every bit of vitamin B right out of your system. A lot of it over the years makes a person half crazy. But you all go right ahead and enjoy it.
She's their mother's favorite and has a seemingly perfect life, which is often a source of irritation for Eunice.
Oh, Lord, can't I go to some ritzy parties in this, though? I'm so glad one of my girls married someone with some get up and go.
The sketch was so popular, it spawned a spin-off called Mama's Family. After its second season, White's appearances became less frequent since she and her co-star Rue McClanahan had moved on to another show.
I wonder what show that was. Oh, Rue was on this too? Nice. Oh, wow. Rue was on this too? But, yeah, I wonder what show was they moved on to. We'll see.
That's because he has a better monkey than I do.
So,
Number 7.
I knew that Rue and B. Arthur, that's Dorothy, was on a show was on Mall together, but I didn't know they was on the Mama's Family together as well too. But
Hosting SNL.
yep, I saw this on Saturday. They did this.
Tried to get Betty to host the show numerous times. The stars didn't align until 2010.
My first live sitcom, which was Life of Elizabeth, and of course back then we didn't want to do it live. We just didn't know how to tape things. So I don't know what this show's excuse is.
Well, that and a rather interesting campaign we'll come back to later. Still, in season 35, she became the oldest person to host the show, and it was certainly a memorable.
Yeah, this skit was funny. This skit was hilarious.
Sketch to census taker versus old lady.
Are there any people living in this residence part-time?
Oh, goodness, yes. There's Fluffy, Princess, Tigger, Socks.
Oh, and these are people we're talking about and not cats, right?
There's really no way of knowing.
Naturally, Betty was invited back for the show's 40th anniversary, where she featured in the hilarious sketch, The Californians.
Hey, you never said whatever happened to that balloon operator.
Oh, yes. He took good care of me. If you know what I mean. His name was
Greg. Or Greg.
She gave a performance no one would ever forget. Least of all, Bradley Cooper.
Oh.
Number 6, performing for Morgan Freeman.
Okay.
The 39th AFI Awards. Is there really any greater prize than having Betty White perform in your honor? If Morgan Freeman's reaction is anything to go by, the answer is no. As always, she manages to find a way to balance the more touching moments with comedy, and no one seems more delighted than the actor himself.
What can I say? I only did it so I could work with Morgan. And of course for the cash.
The best moment is when she fulfills an old dream with her Hello Dolly performance.
Oh.
As humorous as this moment is, you can still see Freeman getting a tad emotional.
Oh,
if this isn't a
his
sign of
eyes
true
is getting
friendship,
teary.
we don't know what is.
I wonder how you feel that she passed.
Number 5, rapping for Queen Latifah. VH1 Hip Hop Honors. All hail the Queen.
God,
In
she
2016,
did that.
Betty White was asked to pay tribute to Queen Latifah, who was being honored for her reigning force in the hip hop world. To celebrate this momentous moment, Betty put her own spin on the 1993 Grammy Award-winning rap UNITY.
Who you calling a bitch?
Yeah, I remember that.
Past these dudes. When they passed me, one of them felt my booty.
I remember this, yes.
Nasty.
There is nothing more joyous than hearing White do a dramatic reading of the rap.
Since he was with his boys, he tried to break fly.
That was so cool.
I punched him dead in his eye. They don't write them like that anymore.
White took to Twitter as well to send an additional congratulatory message to her friend. Surely we can't be the only ones who would have liked to see the two collaborate after this performance. Number 4.
The Snickers Adam, yes.
44. Remember when we said White's stint on SNL was linked to a campaign?
I have so many people to thank for being here, but I really have to thank Facebook.
Well, during the 2010 Super Bowl, White appeared in the now famous You're Not You When You're Hungry Snickers commercial.
Yep.
Viewers adored seeing a hangry Betty White, and it instantly became a pop culture phenomenon, as well as one of the most recognizable slogans to this day.
Mike, what is your deal, man?
Oh, come on, man. You've been riding me all day.
Mike, you're playing like Betty White out there.
That's not what your girlfriend said.
R.I.P. Burt Belasco.
According to
The
a
black
poll
guy
on
that was-
USA
that was
Today, it
arguing
was
with her.
even voted the #1 Super Bowl commercial that year.
I forgot
It
who's the
also spawned
I forgot who's the other old person
campaign
afterwards.
To get White on Saturday Night Live, which was signed by hundreds of thousands of fans.
Jay-Z.
Number 3, playing
Mary
Sue Ann
Moore
Nimitz,
Show.
The Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Oh,
Although
we
the
already gonna know
part
number one
wasn't
is,
written for White,
or
they
one or two
were
is at
looking
least.
for a quote icky sweet Betty White type, and who could fit the bill better than, well, Betty White?
I'm not doing it for myself, you understand. But for those ladies out there who need me.
Sue Ann comes across as a cheerful and perfect homemaker on the outside, but when the cameras stop rolling, the claws come out.
I don't think a nice person wouldn't point out the dubious ethics of an associate producer auditioning for her own show. A really nice person wouldn't use phrases like undue influence or conflict of interest or two-bit double-crossing think.
She first appeared in the show's 4th season in what should have been a one-time only guest appearance.
Again.
However, since she was a huge hit, the series creator told her, quote, "Don't make too many plans."
I want a job where I don't have to smile. I don't like smiling all the time. It's against my nature. Sue Ann, you're smiling. I am. Right now? Uh-huh.
She would go on to win 2 Emmy Awards for Best Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series. Number 2, receiving
you heard
the
number one is-
Lifetime Achievement Award, the 16th Screen Actors Guild Awards.
Her radiant optimism and caring and kindness are legendary in our business, and to those who doubt that God has a sense of humor, there is irrefutable evidence to the contrary. He gave us an actor named Betty White.
Betty White's reaction to being honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award was proof of her national treasure status. Even after 6 decades in the industry, she was modest and showed grace and gratitude to everyone who'd supported her since the beginning.
I should be presenting an award to you for the privilege of working in this wonderful business all this time. And you still can't get rid of me.
It is humbling to watch someone acknowledge their privilege in the way that she did. We love how she had us welling up one moment and then howling with laughter the next.
How lucky can I be to have 2 such passions? Show business and animals. Actually, I may have more than 2 passions, but that's none of your business.
It was no surprise that she was met with such a long-standing ovation, as she deserved every
Yes.
single second. Before we unveil our
we're
number
not gonna be number
pick,
one, but it's
here
honorable
are some
mentions.
honorable mentions. Betty meets people who have tattoos of her
Oh,
face. Jimmy
wow.
Kimmel Live. Now that's what we call devoted fans.
Yeah.
How does this make you feel, Betty?
Oh, it makes me feel wonderful and so glad that I'm not them.
Whoa, wow.
Playing herself,
Ugly Betty.
Wilhelmina is no match for Betty White.
Have you lost your mind, old woman?
Did I not mention that Regis and Kelly called? And The View. They want me. They all want me. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. This feud is huge, and I'm going to milk it till it's dry.
A late night
Oh,
regular
yeah, I heard
of
about
The Tonight
this.
Show starring Johnny Carson. She often appeared in sketches alongside her buddy Johnny.
Tarzan, all man.
Look at her. She had a body that.
Then how come when you take a shower under the
she had
waterfall, the
body-
hyenas all stand around and laugh at
And
you?
this is her older stuff, and she had a body going on right there.
Hyenas always laugh.
Yes, but they
Well,
don't
the Johnny was in
usually
good shape too. That's not fun.
Guest hosting WWE.
Yes.
Kicking butt as
Mm-hmm.
Now, Betty.
Yes.
What are we gonna do tonight?
I'm gonna kick some ass.
accepting her People's Choice Award, the 41st People's Choice Awards. The people have spoken.
I cannot possibly say thank you, or can you imagine the People's Choice at 93? I mean, that's ridiculous.
Right.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Here we go.
Number 1,
Playing
playing
Rose
Rose
Nyland.
Nyland, the Golden Girls. How could we not choose St. Olaf's finest for our top spot?
My wife, well, mom too, but mainly my wife and mother-in-law love this show. They will. This is their like their schedule thing, like doing 10 at night. 10 at night, or at least 11 at night before they head to bed. They fall asleep to some Golden Girls on the Hallmark Channel. That's my wife and my mother-in-law. Now it's mainly my wife now. Especially since they're back to playing on Hallmark for a while again. Cause for a while he's playing a lot of mad movies on there, but they're back to playing it late night, and I'm going to watch it even more now because of my wife. So yeah.
You might be interested to know that Betty White was actually originally cast as Blanche.
Oh!
Due to the similarities with Sue Ann Nivens, she switched with Rue McClanahan, who was in the same position with her role.
Listen, if it walks by, just pretend we're having a conversation and casually mention my unparalleled ability to satisfy a man.
Rose is sweet, good-natured, and wide-eyed, though she could surprise anyone who took her naivete for granted.
Hey, the ceiling in your room leaking too?
No, Dorothy, I just finished milking the cow I keep in my closet.
Lord.
Gee, with only 3 hours sleep, I can be as bitchy as you.
Ooh.
We loved a good old St. Olaf story, and of course, learning new vocabulary.
So one might say you brought Geflerken into the 80s?
Yes, but I'm not one to blow my own Vertuvenflugen.
She won an Emmy for the role in 1986 and continued to get nominated in the Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series category for every season of the show's run. Do you agree with our picks?
Yes, but yes, good picks right there though. Man, fun facts though, like she was the oldest member of she was the oldest of the 4 of the Golden Girls though. She was her and B author Dorothy was born the same year. She was older by some months in January, while I think Dorothy was like born in April. And year after that, it's still she played the mom. She was a year younger than both of them. And fun fact, Rue McCallum, aka Blanche, was the youngest. And a lot of people think that it's Estelle, but nah, it's Rue. As y'all thought, Rue is the youngest, and she actually was in her 50s through the whole season. For folks that may not believe it or not, she was actually 50-year-old season. As I'm talking about Blanche, aka Rue McGowan. But anyway, yes, Betty White had, she was the oldest. She lived the longest out of all of them, and she lived a long life at that. And good to know that she definitely got her flowers plenty of times while she was alive, which was good. Anything. Now, some of the stuff I knew about, like I did hear about the life of Elizabeth a little bit, but the Betty White show mainly. How Cleveland, I told you I knew about that. I did remember hearing about the Arthur Duncan thing, like I heard this through the year. Now, I never knew about the multiple Betty White shows, like I heard about the one she had with the Arthur Duncan, but I know about the other one with the band and the sketch comedy and the little short-lived sitcom as well. That I didn't know too much about. Also heard that she was actually on Lake Placid playing a villain at that, and she even did a voice in an anime movie I heard as well too. Now I kind of heard about her being part of the Caribbean Man show / the Mama's Family, but I didn't know her and Rue was in it. I think my mom did mention that about that her and Rue McCallum was in there, but they left after a couple seasons for a particular reason, and you see what the reason was in number 1 as they started in Golden Girls, which was also a reunion with Rue and B. Arthur, who both starred in Maud. And I liked the good friendship that her and Morgan Freeman had. And I had to see this as remember. I actually do remember. Cause I watched the hip hop. I do remember. Betty White was reciting UNITY verses on there, and I remember the Snickers commercial as well too. But I'm trying to remember who's the comment down below about that Snickers commercial. Who's the other old person they had afterwards doing that commercial as well too. But Other than that, and of course I'm a wrestling fan. I remember her being a guest when they had a lot of guest hosts of Raw. That was like, you know, it was like kind of a little bit of downhill for WWE. It was actually a fun time as well too. And of course, everybody knows about her playing Rose Nalley on Golden Girls. And it's interesting to find that she was originally going to be cast as Blanche, but they didn't want to be the same as her character on Mary Tyler Moore show, which we had that too. But other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Rest in peace, Betty White. You definitely lived a long, long, long life. We wish you would have made it to your 100th birthday, but God had other plans. But other than that, it's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love.